Welcome to Gas Ed. Today we will be discussing building a complete AI-powered business design system. By establishing a rigorous automated pipeline, you can essentially replace scattered manual design tasks with a fully autonomous operational engine. We're talking flawless brand consistency, rapid web deployment, and automated asset generation. Let's dive right into the blueprint.
This whole operation is built on a very specific four-pillar framework. Pillar 1 is the brand baseline, Pillar 2 covers web architecture, Pillar 3 builds the content engine, and Pillar 4 handles document automation. So, let's start with Pillar 1, establishing the brand baseline. Before we generate a single asset, we absolutely need a strict operational baseline. To build this out rapidly, we utilize an extraction tool called Firecrawl. This actually allows us to reverse engineer competitor brand guidelines. So by scraping your target websites, Firecrawl cleanly extracts essential data, think typography, color palettes, and styling rules, and instantly converts that architecture into Markdown. If you're not familiar, Markdown is essentially a clean, text-based code that our AI models can easily read and process. Once we've captured that raw design inspiration, the next step is synthesis. We take that data, along with some curated UI screenshots, and feed it directly into an advanced model like Gemini. Now, I want to be clear here. The objective isn't to just copy what someone else is doing. It's to analyze the underlying structure and generate highly configurable, proprietary brand guidelines that are tailored specifically for your enterprise. The immediate action step in this pillar is locking that visual hierarchy into a central document. Standardizing your brand identity like this ensures absolute consistency across all of your future deployments, from landing pages to internal PDFs. This master guideline acts as the absolute source of truth for every autonomous agent we deploy down the line. So, what happens when we put this truth into action? Well, that brings us to Pillar 2, AI Web Deployment Architecture. With our baseline fully secured, we completely abandon the traditional web development paradigm. That slow manual coding process, it's replaced by rapid, configurable component design. By leveraging AI systems, you can assemble, test, and launch enterprise-grade web applications in just a fraction of the time, and you do it without sacrificing any structural integrity. To actually accomplish this, we utilize tools like Stitch. Powered by Gemini, Stitch lets you design your web architecture visually, section by section. Just imagine perfecting your hero sections, your value propositions, and testimonials right there in a visual interface, and then instantly exporting that production-ready code directly into your AI development environment. It's a massive time saver.
From there, the deployment pipeline is beautifully systematic. First, you push your generated code to a GitHub repository. Next, you pull that into a modern workspace, like the Cursor IDE. This is where you can utilize Claude Code to essentially act as your senior developer, refining and debugging logic on the fly. Finally, you just deploy the entire infrastructure instantly via hosting platforms like Vercel. But of course, a beautiful website is practically useless if it doesn't actually capture data. So we connect the front-end forms directly to a CRM, like Go High Level. By configuring inbound webhooks, we create seamless automation. This instantly captures and routes lead data completely behind the scenes, without requiring a single ounce of manual entry on your part. To summarize this technical sequence, you design your components visually, process and deploy the repository via GitHub and Vercel, and automate your lead capture with CRM webhooks. Executing these specific steps finalizes a fully functional, SEO-optimized digital storefront that's ready to trigger automated email sequences the exact moment a prospect interacts.
Let's move on to Pillar 3, the content marketing engine.
Okay, so your infrastructure is now live. But to drive traffic, you need high-quality assets, and you need them at an unprecedented volume. Instead of just guessing what works, we start with proven data. We analyze platforms like the Meta Ad Library to identify winning visual structures. Then, we pass these to an AI model to reverse engineer their composition into what we call meta prompts. These are highly detailed master instructions that teach the AI exactly how to recreate that success. These structured meta prompts are then injected into an advanced generation platform, such as Hydesfield AI. Because Hydesfield can process those complex visual prompts alongside our strict brand guidelines from Pillar 1, it can mass-produce precisely targeted, high-fidelity visual assets and even looping short-form videos that look entirely bespoke. Your mandate for this content engine is clear. Systematically rebuild proven added frameworks using your exclusively established visual style. I mean, why reinvent the wheel, right? By marrying data-backed structures with your locked brand identity, you create a virtually infinite loop of high-converting, professional marketing material.
Which brings us to our final operational segment, Pillar 4, Automated Business Documents. This final pillar directly addresses the operational bottleneck of internal administration. To execute this, we return to the Cursor IDE and equip Claude Code with specific formatting skills. By feeding it our master brand markdown guidelines, we give the AI the power to fully automate the otherwise tedious generation of branded internal and external operational files. The outputs here are incredibly robust. Simply by typing a prompt, you can instantly generate highly formatted PDFs, branded Word documents, and cleanly styled Excel spreadsheets. The AI dynamically applies your typography, spacing, and structural rules to raw text or data, outputting perfectly formatted files in just a matter of seconds. Now, the real secret to perfect automation here is absolute precision. You must provide exact hex color constraints, precise logo placement instructions, and best-in-class templates. When the model operates within these strict parameters, every single output is instantly enterprise-ready. We're talking absolutely zero human formatting required. The implications of this system are profound. Implementing this end-to-end framework easily saves tens of thousands of dollars in traditional design, development, and agency capital. But more importantly, it drastically accelerates your deployment pipelines. It allows a lean team to operate with the output and polish of a massive elite corporation. By structuring your operations around these 4 pillars, you transform AI from a neat novelty into a foundational, highly leveraged business asset. But with execution this fast, the real question becomes, what will you do with the hundreds of hours you just reclaimed? That is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.